Another valuable tool for home education is immersion teaching, where you choose a topic and you just discover all and everything that there is to know about that topic. And you don't have to do things the school way, where you do half an hour of geography, half an hour of science, half an hour of this, half an hour of that, and get distracted because of the need to do different subjects. If you get immersed in a topic, you can just learn more and more about that topic. It's an incredibly valuable tool that when the children are in a learning mode, you stay with it and enjoy all the aspects of that. I remember when we did plants, we did bark rubbings, we did drawing of plants, we dissected plants. Tube plants are the best for dissection. We did all sorts of different things to do with plants, and we just carried on and on. And in the end, the children put those things all together in a spiral bound book, and they had their own book on plants. It was a wonderful time together. Another thing that we did with immersion teaching, we decided at one stage, it was a very hot October, and I found that I was losing my children. They weren't concentrating on anything. So I said to them, if we didn't do any maths or language for a couple of months, would that bother you? And of course they said no. So I said, okay, let's just do our Oikos activities and drawing and read aloud. We never missed read aloud. So we did 2 hours of just our Oikos topic, and we got ourselves thoroughly immersed in that. Then we would have a tea break and we would read aloud, and then we would do our next lesson from Drawing with Children, which is available from Oikos, and we would just do the drawing. I started doing the drawing with them, but I'm not very good at that. So they did the drawing and I did the read aloud, and they just drew and drew and drew, and they had all sorts of things to show for that at the end of the day. But my son was the one who was able to do the best drawings. He had a talent for this. So I was recommended a book called The Big Book of Drawing by Lee Hammond. I don't know if it's available anymore, but I'm sure you will be able to get an equivalent if your children are interested in drawing. This book showed how to shade and how to draw, and David did a couple of lessons from that, and he's never looked back. He has done some inordinately good drawings, and he's even done pencil and charcoal drawings and been paid for them. It's been a living for him. He doesn't often have time to do them anymore now that he's really earning a living, but he has been paid for his drawings, and it was that book and just a few instructions from that book that opened up. And we would never have got there if we hadn't immersed ourselves in drawing in the first place.